Good morning, everyone, but first of all, congratulations.
Thank you, Zsolt.
Oh, sweetheart, you have something in your the tiny paper.
An A5 piece of paper I've waited 30 years for.
Oh, dear me. So, unbelievable, because it was a very, very hard work, and you did it. You almost passed first attempt, okay? But you're going to explain what went wrong, because it was a silly mistake. So be honest about it. It was in the first attempt.
Yes.
But today you did brilliantly. I told you if you're not passing today, I'm going to cancel my lesson today, all of them.
I was under no pressure at all from Zsolt to make sure I passed. Can I just say, Zsolt, Zsolt will never say to you, go for a test if he feels you're not ready. Zsolt is confident you can pass the test when he says, go for your test.
Yes.
My first attempt, the nerves got the better of me, and I did a really silly thing that I was doing fine. The test instructor said, take the second right at a roundabout. He told me twice, before I approached the roundabout, during the roundabout, and after the roundabout. And what do? I completely am in the wrong lane. My brain just melted, and it was a silly mistake, and it costed my test. So I've learned from that to manage the nerves. And Zolt's kindly, we went on a few more lessons, just refreshing.
Yes.
And with Zolt's, I had the confidence to say, yes, I can do it. During the test, I had a few adventures. There was an ambulance.
Yes, so that's the main thing. So talk through, please, this adventures, because it's very important how you responding, how you dealt with the situation.
We were in a single lane road, and an ambulance. I could see the flashing lights. I was at a box junction turning right, so I'm waiting for a gap in the traffic, and I could see an ambulance coming towards me and one behind me, and I'm in the middle, and I'm not quite sure which way the ambulance was going to go. And I said to the test examiner, I said, look, I'm just going to stay here because I'm not quite sure what their move
Sometimes
is,
that's the best
and I don't want to block them. And he just nodded. He didn't say anything. I was there for about 5 minutes. The ambulances went straight on, so they didn't turn. And then I just, as normal, waited for my gap.
Beautiful.
Dealt with the junction. And then during the test as well, making a right turn at a junction, a jaywalker just comes in front of me. I was checking mirrors, as you do, as Zsolt tells you, but he literally came out of nowhere, and I had to do a mini emergency stop. It stopped traffic behind me, but
control over
I said to the examiner, I said, look, I had to do that. I would have hit him. And the guy was obviously, not quite there.
Yes.
So that happened during the test. So just be prepared for the unusual to happen. And there was another funny thing on the dashboard. I had a message flash up, and that you deal with. Zsolt will explain to you what to do before you test, but just stay calm. Remember what Zsolt tells you. Remember all your mirrors, the usual mirror signal maneuver, but drive safe.
What was very difficult for you, because you, in the moment, as you explained to me earlier, you panicked in the roundabout because you thought you have to change the lane, and then you talk to the examiner. That's very important. So if you could explain, that would be lovely.
So right at the end of my test, where I sort of recognise we're heading back towards the test centre. It's a big roundabout in Sutton Coldfield. I've been there many times before, and for some reason my brain decided I'm in the wrong lane, even though I was in the right lane to make the straight ahead at the roundabout go straight ahead. I was in the right lane, but for some reason my brain's saying panic, panic, panic. So I said to the examiner, look, I'm in this lane. I double checked where he wanted me to go, and I said, look, can I turn left? He said, you don't need to, you're in the right lane. So I just double checked with him.
Beautiful.
And then the panic started, thinking, oh no, I've done the wrong thing. So please, if you have any doubt, just check with the examiner.
Talk to the examiner. That's very important.
And they clarified again, no, you're fine. And then he did ask me afterwards, why did you think you were in the wrong lane? And that was pure panic. So,
yes, because the lane says clearly, the road marking says you can go straight on from that lane. But when we have a blackout, we started to doubt in questioning ourselves. So well done. So okay, we are not young, okay?
Yeah.
So we are on early 50s,
Yeah.
and it's beautiful thing you didn't give up,
No,
because
I just
a
thought,
long time ago you started back then 30 years ago.
back in my like late teens, early 20s, I took lessons, and I have to say the big difference is the instructor, and I'm not sort of blowing smoke up results. You know, it's about the instructor, and I remember that now compared to where I was before, I was not ready to
When you
take the
took the
test. I
test.
was not ready, and then it knocked my confidence back,
Not
thinking I
because,
can't do it.
yes, you didn't give it 30 years
Yeah.
because your confidence wasn't there. You moved
it's
on to
because
London
I
and
was
you
in
didn't
London.
need to.
We didn't need to, and then having moved back to Birmingham, and my parents are quite elderly, and I just thought I do need to be able to drive.
Of course.
And looking around trying to find an instructor now, I wanted somebody professional. I spent my whole working life dealing with
Professionals, yes, you need
and
quality.
that's what I wanted to find, and it's so hard. And it was just by chance I saw Zolt's magical green car drive down Harborne, and I thought, well, let's give it a try. I had to go on a waiting list, and I thought, well, that's a good sign.
That's lovely. What would you say if somebody is looking for an instructor? What boxes me, the guy who is sitting, you need to tick? Because look, it's very important. We need to click.
Yes.
Because if you don't
Yes.
click, it's not going to work. I always say to the candidate in the first lesson, if you're not happy with my service, look around and then you can come back to me anytime. So what would be your recommendation, the key points, what they need to do, the guy here, or during the practice, what points you would say, okay, if I don't get it, then I need to move on?
You will know the very first 10 seconds when you sit in the car with your instructor whether you're going to get on or not. With Zsolt, he just comes across as professional. He was honest with me from the start. He said, this is what I can do. This is where you need to be. These are the things you need to learn. And I'm willing to give up my time for you, and you've got to give up your time for him. So it's a contract.
It's a teamwork, yes.
It's
absolutely.
a contract between two people. And I treat it as work, I think.
Yes.
It's professional.
Need to commit it ourselves. So
And the fact that right at the start I knew, I tried other instructors back 20, 30 years ago, completely different feeling, completely different atmosphere, and the feeling that you're in safe hands is important. Somebody who knows what they're talking about. So listen to Zsolt. And
the guy who is sitting here, yes, if you trust them. And during the practice, thank you very much for your comment. During the practice, what was the key moment? For instance, mock test, did it help you? Or what would you say, yes, this was a turning point when I see black and white where I need to improve?
I think right at the beginning when you start your lesson, Zsolt shows you this A4 card. It tells you exactly what procedures and maneuvers need to be practiced. And then you work your way down that list, and then closer to your test date, you then start looking at, okay, what is your test going to be like? What's the experience like? What's it like following a sat nav? And mock tests before your test date results are essential. I think it just puts you in the right frame of mind.
And well before the test, leaving us enough time to do 2-3 more if you need to adjust. This is the paper just showing you, this is your record and this is your history, how we get from A to B.
Exactly. And make sure you read that card, because take a photo of it and look at it yourself.
Then you will know what you need to prepare for the next lesson mentally. Reading a little bit of the book.
Yep, exactly.
Fantastic. So your life changed now.
My mum and dad will be happy. They don't have to sit on a bus anymore to go to hospital appointments.
And your Paul as well will be very happy.
Yes, exactly.
Probably you are going back a little bit mentally back to 20s, because this normally happens around 20.
I know.
So I think this one will...
It's never too late, is what I'm going to say.
Yes, it's changing your life.
If you know parents who haven't driven or haven't learned, it's never too late.
Never too late. Thank you so much. And one more time, congratulations.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
going to miss you. I'll give you a kiss because you're lovely. Thank you very much. And best of luck for the candidates next.
Good luck.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Bye.